Hello Chatbox out there, it's a brand new week, so you know what that means. A new week with lots of adventures to be had, and I'm going to be taking you guys along on my adventures that I get up to this week. So it's Monday, a start to a new week, and I had work. I was doing 9 till 3, so I got up early and I got myself ready for work. I then was having some bear cuddles and just listened to a bit of music and watched some TikToks and just chilled before work. And I got up super early so that I would be able to get up and get out, and which meant I had a little bit of time to just chill and have some bear cuddles, and it's getting so big. I then headed off to work and I had a lovely stroll up to work, and it was a lovely sunny day with beautiful blue skies, and was listening to music on my headphones whilst on my way up to work. I then went off to the co-op and got myself a drink to have whilst at work, and got myself a pain chocolate from the bakery section they have in co-op, and sat on a bench and had that and listened to a bit of music whilst waiting to go off into work. I then got into work, got clocked in and put my bag away and got my drink and had some of that, and then I was just helping open up the cafe and getting all the tables ready and the doors opened, and then it was just me and one other colleague on shift, and it was pretty quiet to start with, so I was just doing some of the cleaning jobs. Then it got really busy and I was on bar, so I was doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks making, running lots of food and drinks and cleaning lots of tables inside and outside, and with lots of people coming in for breakfast and coffees and quite a lot of big tables, and had lots of kids in as well, as it's the summer holidays, and we had some of my chefs coming out and helping to run sort of food because there was only 2 of us out front, and it was quite a lot, but we smashed it. And then me and my colleague who was on shift did a massive clean up at the end, and then I ended up finishing about 3:18, and I clocked off and got changed into my top that I'm wearing right now, and then I head off to the co-op and got myself some lunch from there, and had a look into the charity shops, and went off to one of the flower shops and got some flower sets on there that I'm show you guys. They've got such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there with such lovely colours on. I was done having a lovely chat with the flower keepers in there, and then I got some plant sets from the plant section. It's like a little jungle in there, all the plants hanging through the windows. I love all the little plant displays they have, and the plant pots and the succulents and cactuses, and all the pretty patterns on the leaves. I then made my way home, and I got back and I had my lunch, and I had some egg and crust sandwiches, some pork cocktail crisps, and some lemon Fanta. I got a massive bottle of lemon Fanta, and I just love lemon Fanta so much. I also had a apple juice on the way home, and it's so good. I haven't had apple juice in ages. And then I watched Crazy Rich Asians, which is such a great film. Apparently they're doing a second one, I hope so, because the first one is amazing. And then I put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm not in now till Wednesday evening. I was potentially going to be doing a split shift because one of my colleagues needed their evening shift covered. Luckily I didn't say anything, because after the day and how busy it was, I'm looking forward to a nice lie-in, and I was going to go to the garden centre after work, but I was knackered, so decided not to. Went to the flower shops instead, and I'm going to be going off to the garden centre tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. I love the garden centre, it's my happy place. And I then worked on my journal entry for today, listened to a bit of music and just enjoying and colouring in, and was tidying up my office and my dogs at dollhouse. And my mum has dropped my younger sister off to our older sister's house, as they're having a sister movie bonding kind of evening, and I'm NFI, so I was like, whatever, I was gonna catch up on Love Island and just chill. And I said to my older sister, we'll have to do something, me and her, another time, and I'll leave them to their sister bonding. And then I was just writing a bit of my story that I'm working on, my little novel kind of thing. I'm really enjoying getting back into writing. And then for my tea, I had my mac and cheese that I was going to have the other day that I didn't end up having, and I'm going to show you guys that. My mac and cheese was so delicious. Apologies if you can hear the lawnmower in the background. My dad's currently cutting the grass and Bear is running after him behind him with his toys. He's so energetic. My dad took him for a walk earlier on and he got back, and literally as I opened the door to let them in, he literally jumped up and was literally had his paw on my shoulders. He's getting so big and this is so adorable. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away UK Saves and Life Island and just chill for the rest of the evening. And hope you guys have all had a lovely start to your week, and I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday and I got up after a lie-in and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. Had a bit of peanut butter toast, and then I caught up on Neighbours, just a bit of music, and then I just watched a bit of TV, had some Bear cuddles, and then I got myself ready to go off to the garden centre, and my mum and dad had to take my grandma off to a doctor's appointment. So on the way to go there, after picking our grandma up from hers, they then dropped me off to the garden centre, and I got into the garden centre and the heavens opened, and I was, oh gosh, didn't have a coat with me as I normally have one in my bag, and I didn't have one in my bag. And I then got into where the flowers are in a little entrance way, little tunnel you go through, and I got some flower stats in there, and I'll show you guys those. They have so many beautiful dahlias. As you guys know, dahlias are one of my favourite flowers to get snaps of, and they've just got such beautiful patterns and colours. I then came across this mirror with all these plants around it and these yellow flowers, and got a mirror selfie. You guys know how much I love a mirror selfie. I love all these plants and these pretty yellow flowers around that mirror. They're so cute. I then went off and got some more flower snaps. I just love flower and plant photography. I could stay in that garden centre all day if I could. I then made my way off to the cafe and I had a tuna cheese toasty with some salad and coleslaw, and the coleslaw was so good, and had a Sprite and a vanilla slice, and I'll show you guys. The food was so good. I then stayed in there for a little bit and just chilled, and they had a really good playlist playing, lots of really good songs, played a bit of Kylie, which I loved. I then had a look at the homeware and stationery section and got some selfies of the flowers and blossoms and the little like home setups they had in there, like they have in IKEA. It's really cute, felt like I was playing house. And then I went off to the plant section and got some plant pots from there. There's some really cute plant pots. These little dino monster plant pots are so cute, and that parrot plant pot as well, and all the pretty patterned leaves. I then made my way back and I was listening to music on my way home, and I got caught in the rain. It had stopped and the sun had come out, and I got soaked, which was fun. It was actually quite refreshing, and I had got a cake from the garden centre, so I had it in my bag, and I was trying to make sure that it wasn't getting smushed, and unfortunately it did get a little bit smushed on my way home. And I got back, and just as I got back into like closer to the house, I should see this far away, the sun came out again and the blue skies, typical, but at least I dried off by the time I got home. I then got back and my mum and dad were back from taking my grandma to her doctor's appointment and had dropped her home, and then I showed my mum and younger sister the bit of cake that I got, and I got this Victoria sponge cake, and I'll show you guys a clip of that. I got this Victoria sponge cake from the garden centre. They're now selling cakes in there again, and I got this bit of Victoria sponge cake as I love Victoria sponge cake. Don't worry, it's not all for me. I will let my siblings and my mum and dad have a bit if they want to. and it got mushed in my bag as I had to walk back, but it's going to be delicious nonetheless, and I can't wait to tuck into this. Bloody love a bit of Victoria sponge cake. Saw that and knew I had to get that, and I'd gone and had my lunch first, and I'd seen it before, and I thought if I go there and it's gone, I'm going to be gutted because it was the last one, and luckily it hadn't gone, so I nabbed that, and I'll probably have that for a bit of my pudding this evening after I have my tea. And then I was playing with Bear, and he was giving me lots of kisses and cuddles and just being so cute, and I got a snap of him on the sofa, and I'm sure you guys, just look at that face. How can you not say that that's the cutest dog you've ever seen? Those big brown eyes, and he's just getting so huge, and I can pick him up and I put him on my lap and he snuggles in. That's why we call him Bear. He's like a little cuddly bear. He's just, oh, so cute. Then me and my mum were watching a bit of Robin Hood Men in Tights. Such a great film, it's just so funny. I then watched a bit of Jumanji, and then my dad got back from work and put on The Chase. Always loves watching The Chase at 5 o'clock. And then I just worked on some illustrations, I could have some of Jason, listened to a bit of music, and was reading some more of One Day, and I'm so close to finishing it. I'm such a slow reader. Unlike my mum and sisters who read books like that, I am just really slow at reading, and also I'll go through like stages where I'll read lots and then where I don't touch a book for ages. So I'm trying to get this book finished, and then I sorted out my Bleach Adult into a new look, and I'm sure you guys a clip of that. Here's my Bleach Adult's newest look. It's not enough for these shoes. She's got these black boots on, some blue denim jeans on, then she's got this black blazer on with this white t-shirt with purple, yellow, red and pink stripes in the middle, and her black hat, and this is the whole look. I love that new look, the new t-shirt on her with the jacket and trousers. Loving all the new outfits that I'm able to make new outfits with and mix and match. And then I was just listening to a bit of music and watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and watched a bit of Escape to the Country. Love that show so much. And then for my tea, I had some Eggy Soldiers, and I'm sure you guys that. They were so good, nice and winey, just how I like it. And I'm now off to go and have a cup of tea and a bit of that Victoria sponge cake, and then watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps and Love Island, and finish writing my journal. And then I'm just going to probably chill the rest of the evening, and then tomorrow I've got to be up early as me, my older brother and sister and my older brother's girlfriend are going to be going off into Bristol for the day, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm finally going to go to Sandwich. It's awesome sandwich place that my older brother and his girlfriend always go to and always rave about, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. I shall see you with more vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday, and I got up early ready to go off into town with my older sister, older brother and his girlfriend. So I got myself ready and had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, watched a bit of TV, listened to a bit of music and some bear cuddles, and then my older sister came and collected me, and we headed off into town to meet my older brother and his girlfriend, and we met them in Cabot, and went off and had a look at some of the shops, and we went off to Sparks, this really cool shop that I've been into before with Tash and Jamie. I love it in there. There's always so many cool things to see and lots of mirrors to get photos in front of, and me, my older sister, brother and his girlfriend got a mirror selfie in front of this beautiful mirror. Love that mirror. And then I had a look in the clothes section, and they have a load of really cool vintage clothes in there. I then got a mirror selfie from one of the other mirrors, and I'm sure you guys, I love that mirror. I got a mirror selfie with Tash and Jeremy the last time we were there in front of that mirror. I then got some plant stats from the plant section. There's such beautiful plants in there. I love all the pretty leaves and patterns. And then I ended up getting some stickers to put on my journal from there. And then we went off across the road into Primark, and I got some swimming trunks and some shorts from there, and got a mini Bratz figure from the home section, and I couldn't find them anywhere, and the box looked empty, and then my older brother managed to find one, so I'm very happy that I managed to get one of those. And then I got some snacks from the home section, and I'm sure you guys do. I love that home section, full vibes. I'm so ready for autumn. I'm done with the heat. I can't wait for crisp mornings. sweater weather, fuzzy socks, all that autumn goodness. And then we went off and had a look at this little market, and I came across another little plant shop, and I love plant shops, and I got some plants out from there. Let me show you guys. They've got such beautiful plant displays in front of that shop with lovely plant pots and really pretty patterned leaves. I then got a photo taken of me in front of the entranceway to the shop with all the plants around me, and I'm going to show you guys that. I just love that plant shop. I love plant and flower photography so much, it makes me so happy. We then made our way to go get sandwich from this awesome sandwich place that I hadn't been to before. It was my first time going there. There's a massive queue, and we got in there, and then my first time being there, I only go and meet Josie Gibson, who's on This Morning and Big Brother and I'm a Celebrity. She's so lovely, so down to earth, and she was handing out some of the sandwiches. My older brother's girlfriend and my older sister got their sandwiches given to them by her. I didn't get that, but I did get to have a quick chat with her, and I said how it was my first time being in Sandwich, and I was like, what was the like that I come in for my sandwich first time experience and get to meet you as well? And she laughed, and yeah, she was really lovely, and yeah, it's like, what are the odds? I can't believe it. First time going into Sandwich, I meet Josie Gibson from This Morning. Insane. And then we sat on a little like park like hill and had our sandwich, sat in the shade, and I'll show you guys the snap I got from my sandwich. I had a coronation chicken with some lettuce, cucumber and jalapenos, and it was so delicious. And then we went off and had a look around some more shops. I went into a game that's closing down, and they happened to have a doll section, and I got 2 dolls from there. And then we made our way home, and we ended up going off to my older brother's and girlfriend's house to go and see it all made over as they've been working on the house, and it looks beautiful. We then sat out in the garden with the umbrella up at a little table and played some games of Uno, and then we went into the little games room to play Buzz, but unfortunately the Buzz disc was not working, and it got to round 3 and then we just cut out, so we kind of just gave up on that in the end. And then I got dropped back by my older sister, and she's now headed off home, and I got my uniform ready for work this evening, and I showed my mum and younger sister the things that I got, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of some of the things I got whilst I was out today. Here are a few things I got today whilst out in town with my older sister and older brother and his girlfriend. Starting off with these stickers. I got these flower stickers from this awesome shop called Sparks, and I love these, they're so pretty, and I'm going to put these on the front of my journal. Then we went into Primark and I got this Britney Spears Circus mini pot figure, which is so cute, and got these watermelon swing trunks ready for holiday in a few weeks time. I'm so excited. And then got 2 pairs of these black shorts, and then the last 2 things I got were these 2 dolls. I finally got my hands on the 65th anniversary Barbie signature doll, and she's got her stunning black and white ball gown, playing nod to the bikini swimsuit that she wore, and she has the sunglasses and these black netting gloves, and she has her Barbie signature sign and some earrings in. And then I also got this beautiful birthday wishes Barbie doll with this beautiful floral dress and bracelet and some blue high heels. She's got some beautiful earrings in, such a pretty face, and then the floral background. And it's my belated birthday outing for my birthday back in June that my older brother and his girlfriend were treating me to, so I thought it was fitting that I got this birthday wishes doll. I love these dolls. I got the birthday wishes doll and the 65th signature Barbie doll, both 2 signature dolls, and I put those away to be displayed. Later this summer I'm going to be getting my room makeover, and I'm going to be putting all my inbox dolls on display, and I'm so excited to get that sorted out. And I'm now off to chill before going off to work this evening. I'm doing 6 till close, and just see when I'm back with more to vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my work shift. So I had work at 6 till close. I got myself ready for work and got dropped out of work. I then got into work, got clocked in and put my bag away, and it was just me and one other colleague on shift, and it was pretty busy considering how normally Wednesday nights are quite quiet. So I was wearing lots of food and drinks, doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks, making and cleaning tables inside as well as outside, and so on, chatting to some of the regulars that came in. And then it calmed down a little bit, so I did a big clean up. I then finished about 10:30ish, clocked off, got my bag, and then got picked up by my mum. And I then went off to Tesco's to get myself some tea, and I got home, got into my PJs, and for my tea I had a pasta chicken Caesar salad. The Caesar salad was so good. I love Caesar salad cream so much. I then had a cutlet slice that I got from the bakery section. I also got my mum one as well, and then I finished writing my journal entry for today and put that away, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away, UK soaps and Love Island, and just see you more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday, and I got up early ready to go off in to have a cinema trip with Tash, and I made my way up to get the bus. Before that, I went off to Co-op and got myself a drink and a pain de chocolat for my breakfast. I also got Tash one and a drink, and then I got the bus into Willowbrook Tesco's, and I went off to the flower section whilst waiting for Tash to arrive, and I'm going to show you guys the flower sets I got from there. They've got such beautiful colours on, and I love the sunflowers. Then I met Tash and I gave her a drink and pain de chocolat, and we went to get the bus into Cribs, and then we got the bus and we headed off into the mall to have a look around some of the shops, as our cinema viewing wasn't until 11:50, and we went off to have a look in Mankind and to The Entertainer, and into this one shop called Fat Face, which is this clothes shop, and they have really cute jumpers in there, and I got a mirror selfie from there with Tash that I'll show you guys. It's such a cute mirror, and you guys know how much I love a mirror selfie. We then went off and got a bubble tea. I love bubble tea, and I got a snap off the bubble tea. It's so good. I had apple bubbles with some mango tea, and then we made our way over to the cinema, and on the way there I managed to fall over and cut both my knees. Luckily I carry plasters in my bag now because I know what I'm like, so I patched myself up, and then we got to the cinema, got some popcorn, and I got a Sprite, and the popcorn had bits of M&Ms in, which is cool. And then we got in there and we watched Jurassic Park New Birth, which was so good, and Jonathan Bailey was so good in that film, and I'm so glad he didn't die, otherwise I'd have been gutted. And I loved his slutty glasses, as they're calling them online, and I got a snap of the poster and selfie with me and Tash just before the movie started. I'm going to show you guys. Then after that we went off to Nando's, which is just across the road from the cinema, and I had one of those new chicken Caesar wraps that they have, and it was so delicious, and I'll show you guys that. I can't remember the last time I had a Nando's, and it was so good. And I had a Fanta, and the pepper chips are mwah, and the corn on the cob. We then made our way off to get the bus back, and we got the bus back and then went off into my workplace, and I got the work diary and requested a few days off, as I'm planning to go to this cinema night at the castle where they have a projector screen, and they're going to be watching Dirty Dancing, and me and my siblings are planning to go to that, so I requested that off. And also the 21st of November, the second part of Wicked comes out, so me and Tash have both requested that off. And then in December, I've requested the 21st of December off, as I'm planning to go to the Harry Potter Studios with my family, as it's all going to be decorated for Christmas, hoping, fingers crossed, to get those off. And then I thanked Tash for a great day, and then just before she headed off, she got a snap of me in front of the Wallace and Gromit that's just down from our workplace. It's so pretty, and I love seeing people enjoying all the grommets. And then Tash headed off home and I made my way off to go to Co-op to get some bits on there, and it started to lash down with rain and it was literally biblical. It was insane. So I dashed into the coffee lab and got a peach iced tea from there and sat and had that. I was hoping that it was going to ease off, but it was just getting heavier and heavier. It was crazy. And so I ended up running to Co-op to get the bits I needed. I got a rainbow umbrella from there, very fitting, and used that to make my way home. I was listening to music on my headphones, and I was walking down my usual route to get back, and there was a ginormous puddle. I think there was a bit of flooding, and I should have bought my wellies because it was literally up to my ankles. It was crazy. I then got home, and just as I was heading back, the sun came out and the blue skies came back, and it was literally like someone had flipped a switch and the rain was gone. It was crazy, and I got a snap of these sunflowers just before heading back. As you guys know, sunflowers are some of my favourite flowers to get snaps of, and they're just so beautiful. I then got in and I got changed and dried off, and my shoes were literally soaked through, so I put them out to dry, and then I was just a bit of music, just enjoying colouring in and just working on some illustrations. I went some more of one day and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and then caught up with Home and Away, the UK Soaps and Love Island from last night. I'd started watching them, but then my eyes were feeling so heavy that I ended up having to turn it off and head to bed. So I finally caught up with those, and I'm now off to go to Jen's for games night, and I shall see you with more of the vlog when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at games night at Jen's. So I got dropped down to games night by my dad, and just before that I popped to the shops to get some drinks for games night, and I got some lemon Fanta, some Coke and some Sprite. I love lemon Fanta. I'm obsessed with this stuff at the moment. I then got to games night and we were playing some games, and we played this game that Tasha brought along with her, which was this game where you had to play some cards and you had to read a card that said it was most likely to, and then you had to, the person who read it out had to then pick who they thought the card suited best, and then the other players would have to put the card they thought the player would put down to who they thought they'd picked, and then that person would get a point if they picked the same card that the person who put the card out had picked. And I won the first game of that, and then Jen won the second game, and then we had our tea and we had some baguettes with some meat and stuffing gravy in, and it was so delicious, and I'm going to show you guys. We then played some more games, and we played Monopoly Bid, and I won that game twice, and I can't believe that I won 3 games this evening at games night. It was on a roll, and we had such a great evening. And next Thursday, depending on the weather, it's crossed all being well, we're going to plan to go and play Rounders, which is going to be so much fun. And then I got dropped back by Tash's dad, and I got back, and then I finished my journal entry for today and put that away, had some Jolly Dodgems and a cup of tea, was reading some more of one day, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away, UK Soaps and Love Island. I shall see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday, and I hope you guys are all having a lovely end to your week. It's almost the weekend, and I got up early ready to go off to Jigsaw, where I was going off bowling with them for our last Jigsaw volunteering youth club session before the summer holidays, and I was supposed to have morning group on Friday mornings, but I called and let them know that I wouldn't be there this morning as I was going off bowling with the youth club that I volunteer with on Tuesday evenings for our last trip before the summer, and I was looking forward to it as I haven't gone bowling in ages. And I got myself ready to head up there to get the minibus to bowling, and on my way up I was listening to music on my headphones, and I got myself a Parmesan pilar and a drink from Co-op and had that as my breakfast. I then got to Jigsaw, and we then all headed off in the minibus to bowling, and we got to bowling and we were in 2 teams and we were in the VIP section, and I won the first game of the team that I was in, and I scored 115 points, and my first go I was thinking I'm not going to be very good, and I got a strike. I had the bumpers up, but that's only because if I didn't have the bumpers up I'd probably end up chucking it into the other lane. Quite a lot of us had the bumpers up, this is just a bit easier, and I'd probably just be getting in the gutter the whole time if I didn't have the bumpers up, and it was so much fun. And then we had a second game and I came second in that game and I got 103 in the second game, and then we headed off to get McDonald's for lunch. We pre-ordered and then went and collected that and got back to Jigsaw, and we had our McDonald's, and I'll show you guys the McDonald's I had. The McDonald's was so delicious. I had a Big Mac meal and a Sprite. I love Sprite so much. And then we gave one of the other volunteers a goodbye card, as she's not going to be working with us anymore, and it's sad to see her go, but very exciting for her new adventure. And then I headed home, and on the way back I stopped off at the flower shop and I got some flowers that's on there. They've got beautiful bouquets in there with such lovely colourful flowers. These sunflowers and dahlias are so beautiful, and as you guys know I love roses, sunflowers and dahlias. I then was having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeepers in there and got a mirror selfie from this mirror surrounded by all these flowers, and I'll show you guys that. It was so pretty with all the flowers around it. I then got back and I was listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing and colouring in, working on some illustrations. I then was reading some more one day and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and I'm now just going to be chilling before going off to work this evening, and just see you when I'm back from work with more to vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now and I'm back from being at work, so I got myself ready for work, and just before going off to work my younger sister treated me and my mum and dad to an ice cream, and I had a screwball. Can't go wrong with the screwball, that's so good. So I quickly had that and then got dropped to work by my mum. I then got into work, I got clocked in to put my bag away and got my drink that I got early on in the day to have for work, and had some of that, and I was just getting on with some of the cleaning and clothes jobs that I could get done early, and someone tried to sell the regulars, and it was just me and one other colleague on shift to start with, and then another colleague came in at 6, and I was supposed to be doing a 5 till close and my colleague was supposed to be doing a 6 till 10, but as I was doing a split shift the next day and I was doing a 9 o'clock start, I ended up getting to finish early, so I ended up finishing about 9ish, and I clocked off, got my bag and got changed to my top I had in my bag, which is this top I had earlier on, and then I went off down to one of the pubs while my mate works, and he's going to be leaving to move over with his partner and their child, so I'm not going to be seeing him for a while, so we're having leavers drinks, and they were having drinks tonight and also tomorrow night, so I had a drink and had a chat with him, and I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow night for a little bit of a smaller kind of gathering, which is going to be nice. And then I made my way back, and I got back, and for my tea I had a mac and cheese, and I'm going to show you guys that. The mac and cheese was so delicious. I used to hate mac and cheese and now I love it, the cheese is the better. I did finish writing my journal entry for today and put that away, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away, UK Soaps and Love Island, and I've got my cleaning ready for work tomorrow, and I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely weekend. I got up early ready for work as I was doing 9 till 3, then doing a 5 till close. So I got up and I got myself changed and had some toast in the cavity for my breakfast, had some bear cuddles and watched a little bit of TV, and then I got dropped to work by my dad. I then got into work, got clocked in and put my bag away, got my drink that I got for work out and had some of that, and it was me and Tash and 2 of our colleagues on shift, and it was me and Tash and one of our colleagues to start with, and then another colleague came in a bit later on, and it was busy from the get-go. We had lots of big bookings in, we had like 7 or 8 bookings, and lots of people sitting inside as well as outside. So I was running lots of food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning tables inside as well as outside, and so on, chatted to the regulars. And then one of our colleagues went off on a lunch break, and I was just doing a massive clean up of some of the tables inside and outside, and we then were just tidying up outside and just trying to keep on top of the outside tables as it got quite busy. It then calmed down and I ended up finishing about 2ish, and I then clocked off, got changed to this t-shirt that I'm wearing right now. I love this top, it's got such a cute pattern on. I then headed off and I went off and got myself a drink from the co-op to have work this evening and put that in my bag, and then I made my way back, and on my way back I went off to go into Costa to get myself a drink from there, but there was a massive queue, so I did end up getting a drink from there. I just got a drink from Co-op instead, but I did get a Mersaf from there, and I'll show you guys that. I love that wallpaper, it's so cute. I'd love to have that in my room. I then went on a little bit of a walk on my way back and was just some music on my headphones, and I got some flour snacks. I'm going to show you guys those. I was able to get some really pretty flower snacks on my walk back. I especially love these night sky petunias, these purple flowers. Finally found out what they were as I was getting a photo of them, and this lady walking across the road said how beautiful they were, and I was like, what are these flowers called? I always keep seeing them and love them, but I never know what they are. And she told me how they're called night sky petunias, and they have got little white splodges on it. It's like someone's come along and painted them, and it's just so pretty. And I also got a snap of this beautiful sunflower and some roses. I then got back, and for my lunch I had some tuna mayonnaise sandwiches and a cup of tea and some biscuits. I just read some more of one day, wrote some of my journal and put my dirty uniform in the wash and got my clean uniform ready for work this evening. I'm going back in for 5 till 10, and then I was listening to a bit of music and just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse, and then I was playing with Bear out in the garden, tiring him out a little bit because he's got so much energy. And my dad's had to go off to my uncle's house to sort some stuff out, so my mum's going to be dropping me back to work. And I then got a snap of Bear snuggled up on the sofa, and I'm sure you guys that. He's getting so big, he can almost fit on the whole sofa. He literally takes up the whole sofa now. Still likes to sit on my lap. He thinks he's a lap dog, and I can pick him up and I'll put him on my lap and he cuddles in like a little teddy bear. He's just so bloody cute. And I'm now off to go and watch some episodes of Doctor Who. Just been watching lots of David Tennant episodes. I'm currently watching David Tennant's season 3 with Catherine Tate as Donna. They are my favourite companion duo, and I'm just going to be watching that and chilling before going off to work, and just see with more to vlog when I'm back from work later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from my second part to my split shift. So I got myself ready for work and got dropped back to work by my mum. I then got into work and got clocked back in, put my bag away and had my drink that I got to have for my second part to my split shift, and I had some of that. And it was just me and one of my colleagues to start with, so I was just getting some of the clothes and cleaning jobs done that I could get done early, and I lit the candles and just wiped out some of the tables, sorted out some of the food menus on each of the tables, and then I was just tidying up some tables inside as well as outside. And Tash came in at 6 and she was doing 6 till close, and then it got quite busy and we had lots of people coming in for food and drinks. So I was wearing lots of food and drinks and doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks making, and chatted to some of the regulars and cleaned tables inside as well as outside. I then did the restock and then put some glasses away and polished some cutlery. I then fished about 8:30ish, and I then clocked off, got changed to my t-shirt that I had in my bag, which I had on earlier on, and then I went off to get a leaving card for my mate Tom, who's moving abroad with his wife and kid, and we're having a little send-off party for him at the pub he'd worked at just across the road. and I wrote the card in there. I borrowed a pen from the cashier in there. I quickly wrote that and then gave him the card, gave him a big hug, had a few drinks there, and I am going to miss him so much. Got a little bit emotional. We've had lots of hugs, and he's just such a lovely chap. I have never seen a bad side to him ever, and always just so down to earth. And I'm just going to miss our chats, and I'm looking forward to going over and visiting him over there soon and having him come and visit us, as he's got family here still, so I hope he'll still be able to come over for Christmas and summers, and it'll be lovely to get to see him, and I'll still be able to stay in touch via calling, texting, FaceTime, Messenger. So yeah, he's got us getting rid of me that easily. I then called it a night, as I've got work tomorrow doing 10 till 3. It was going to be a split shift. I was going to be doing 10 till 3 and doing 5 till close, but luckily one of my colleagues asked if they could do my evening shift to my split. And I was like, yeah, sure, have it. I then went off to use the loo across the road in one of the pubs on the way back, and I bumped into the girl that I went to school with. So I started chatting with them, and they just live around the corner from me. So I chatted with them, and we ended up walking back together, and it was really nice to catch up with them. I then got back, and for my tea I had spaghetti bolognese, and I'm going to show you guys that. The spaghetti bolognese was so delicious. I then had to go down to my older sister's house with my mum to help her feed my older sister's cats, as my older sister was staying away overnight. And we got there and we couldn't find this bloody cat food anywhere, and we found it on top of the kitchen cupboards in this 21 wooden crate, so I had to pick that up. And her cats can be absolute savages, and as I was getting it down, one of her cats actually hissed and batted me. A lockdown cat, so they're not really big fans of humans, to be honest, apart from my older sister and a few people. They don't really like me, and I was just like, flipping heck, I'm trying to get your food, damn cat. So we gave them their food and then got back. I then finished writing my journal entry for today, put that away, and got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow, doing a 10 till 3, and I'm doing a 9 till 3 on Monday, and I'm free, got 3 days off, and I'm not off to go and catch up on Love Island, and it's the final tomorrow night. I'm very excited for that, and I just to see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday, and I hope you guys are all having a lovely Sunday rest. I got up early, ready for work. I was doing 10 till 3, and I had some breakfast, watched a bit of TV, and had some bear cuddles, listening to my Sunday morning playlist, getting me pumped for Sunday. And then I got dropped to work by my dad. I then got clocked into work, put my bag away, and got my drink that I've got to have for work out of my bag, and had a bit of that. And it was me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and I was helping get everything opened up. And then it got quite busy, and we had lots of people coming in for coffees and for breakfast, and I was chatting with some of the regulars that came in. They come in on Sundays, and then I was running lots of food and drinks and cleaning lots of table at the inside as well as outside, and polishing cutlery and putting clean glasses away. And I was on float, so I was on bar as well as floor, so I was doing lots of pint pouring and drinks making, and also running lots of food and drinks, and we absolutely smashed it. We had a great team on, and I finished at 3. I then clocked off and got changed into the top I'm wearing right now, which I got from Robbie's clothes section, and I couldn't find it for ages, and I thought that I'd lost it, and I was like, I've only just got this, and I found it. It had been put in a laundry basket with my younger sister's clothes, so I quickly got that out of there, and it's such a nice top, such a nice fit. And then I head off and got myself some lunch from the co-op, and then popped to the cafe next door, and I got a Welsh cake shaped like a heart and a peach iced tea from there, and I'll show you guys that. The Welsh cake was so good, and the peach iced tea, I love peach iced tea so much. It's my new favourite drink. I then chilled in there for a little bit, and then just before leaving I had to pop to the loo, and I got a massage from there, and I'll show you guys. It's so fancy in that bathroom. They have really pretty lights either side of the mirror, and I love that photo of the dog wearing the party hat. It's so cute. I then made my way back and I was listening to music on my headphones, enjoying the beautiful sunshine and blue skies, making the most of it before the storm that is coming tomorrow hits us. And I then got some beautiful flower snaps on my way home, and I'm going to show you guys those. I had a lovely stroll back and was able to get some really beautiful flower snaps with lovely colours and patterns on. These orange ones and these roses are so pretty. I then got back and I put my work clothes in the wash and got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow. And then my mum collected my grandma from hers and brought her up to have tea, and my mum was getting the tea ready and it smelled so good. I then got given some post office postman pat stuff that my grandma had, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that. My grandma brought over these postman pat things that my grandpa had as he used to work for the post office, and she thought that I might like to have this in my dollhouse, and I have a perfect idea where to put this. It's so cute. I love all the little details. And then this post box as well, and it's got the details on the, you can see it has like the dates and the times for the post arriving to get picked up. And this postman pat mug, and this little card I'll put on my shelf. Yeah, it's so cute. I love that mug and that little postman pat van and these post boxes. I've already put them in my dollhouse and they fitted in perfectly. Then it was time for tea and we had our Sunday roast. The Sunday roast was so delicious. We then tidied away, and then for pudding we had some cheesecake, and I had my bit of cheesecake with a cup of tea, and I had my cup of tea in my Golden Girls mug, very fitting while having cheesecake, as they loved cheesecake in that show. And I'll show you guys a snap of the cheesecake I had. The cheesecake was so delicious. We then sat in the living room and just chatted about our upcoming holiday, and I'm so excited to go on holiday with the whole family, and we've got some really exciting things planned. And then my dad brought my grandma home, and I then finished writing my journal entry for today. And I keep forgetting to show you guys, but I got some stickers from Sparks, this really cool shop in Bristol just across from Primark that we went to on the Wednesday, and I got these lovely flower stickers and I stuck them on the cover of my journal to give it a bit of free decoration on it, and I just love it. It looks so pretty. And then I was just listening to a bit of music, did a bit of drawing and colouring in of some of my illustrations, with some more of one day, and I'm so nearly finished with that. And then I was just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse a little bit, and I'm now off to go and watch the Love Island final. And I hope you guys have all had a great weekend and will have a lovely rest of your evening and have a great new week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe. I shall see you in the new vlog coming very soon.